This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are playing GYRUDA BANT Ramp. GYRUDA Doom of Depths is a card I recommended crafting one of in my crafting guide. It is a companion that says your deck may only contain cards with even converted mana casting costs. It's a 6/6 with hybrid demure costs for and yeah, it's a legendary Demon Kraken. When it enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard. Put a creature card with an even converted mana cost from among those cards onto the battlefield under your control. This is our GYRUDA deck, or be more specific, this deck has been making the rounds both in the in the early access event. I started seeing it very late in the evening. Several players from the other side of the world, Japan, Hong Kong, were playing this deck. Li Shiqian was the person who I saw tweet about it. And on this side of the pond, Yeoman5, one of my favorite deck builders, published a list that has been making the rounds on Twitter and has been very successful. And what makes this deck work? So there was a list in the crafting guide that I linked to that said I'm going to push this for the combo as much as I can. And that had the GYRUDAs, 4 of them, as well as Spark Doubles, Thassa's, Charming Prince. It was Esper. It had all those things. And the idea was if you blink this enough the turn you play it, you might mill your opponent out completely. Now that combo is pretty unreliable, but really, really fun and looked really cool. The part, like the next level that I missed that is totally epic that I hope to show you today is when you're doing the combo. Say you come up short, say you stop at about halfway through your deck. Well, at that point, you've played Spark Doubles, you've played Thassas, you might have played some Charming Princes. You have a ton of power and toughness on the battlefield from GYRUDA just spitting out all these creatures. If you just hit an Endray's Forerunners and give them all haste, +2/+2 vigilance and trample. Well, it doesn't give them all haste, I'm sorry. But you give a bunch of these creatures +2/+2 vigilance and trample, and maybe you Spark Double it or something. Like, boom, you attack. They're dead. This doesn't have to be a weird, crazy mill win condition. It's a 6/6 body. Like, these things attack for a ton of damage. And this deck has a very simple plan. Ramp, ramp, GYRUDA. Ramp, ramp, GYRUDA. Ramp, ramp, GYRUDA. And then GYRUDA, hopefully hitting things like Spark Double, just creates this crazy board state. Like your battlefield explodes and the opponent's in trouble. So let's talk about all the cards in the deck. Charming Prince to blink GYRUDA and do it again. Paradise Druid is the ramp. Growth Spiral is the ramp. So we really do want the ramp thing to happen pretty often. Just a reminder, I know I'm probably going to have to do this a lot for the rest of this standard format. Companion cost. Your deck only contains cards with even converted mana costs. So double check the comment you already typed and are like posting as we speak, or maybe you have to go back and edit one because you took a look at the deck and you're like, Agent of Treachery, boom, done, easy, great idea. Let's play that. Where's Teferi, right? Check those companion costs, please. Please, I'm not even going to be responding to comments that violate the companion cost. Maybe, but if you guys want to play the game I play on Twitch, when Twitch chat says, play this card and it violates the companion cost, I have the whole chat at them and say companion, the word companion. So if you see somebody with a comment and it says it recommends a card, and that card violates the companion cost, as in it has an odd converted mana cost, go ahead, reply to them with companion. If you do it a few hundred times, maybe they'll understand. Anyway, I have an Incubation Incongruity, not so much because I need it. It is a good card, and it helps you hit a mana dork like a Paradise Druid for turn 2 or find a GYRUDA. But I wanted to highlight the fact that even though the Incubation only costs 1 mana, and the Incongruity costs 3, meaning it feels like it's an odd casting cost card, when a card is in your deck or in your hand, then a split card like this is the combined casting cost. So this is a 4. It's actually a 4. And you can tell because the deck builder sorts it into the 4 section as well. Whereas really, we can play it on turn 1. So it's kind of a cheat. Plus, it's like our only removal spell because this deck is just an all-in combo machine. But Thassa, Spark Double, these are all to get more effects out of GYRUDA. Elite Guard Mage is a reasonable hit that keeps you alive. Umori the Collector is like a 4-mana ramp creature for GYRUDA. And yeah, Dream Trawler, because sometimes they can't beat a Dream Trawler. And the Forerunners, like we talked about. 26 lands with more Scry lands than I'd usually run, 8 of them, because we often end up having an unused mana on a turn because of our all-even casting costs. All right. There's also a sideboard. So I got this one from Yeoman5. If you want to try out this sideboard and play some best of 3, by all means. It looks like it is heavily geared against people trying to interact with your combo. There are no sweepers. It's not a control deck. I mean, it's a get on the board deck. It doesn't seem like we barely even care about things like Embercleave, but there are some answers. Obviously, 4 Aether Gust makes the mono red life miserable. And you can see that all of the sideboard cards are even. You can put odd cards in your sideboard with a companion. That's a pretty common question. You can put odd cards in here. But if you sideboard them in, you can't use your companion as your companion. It can still be in your deck, because you see here we have 3 GYRUDAs just hanging out. But you can't use it from the companion zone. All right. I hope I explained all that, because Companion's freaking weird. But let's dive in and play the first deck on this channel with a Companion. So, let this nonsense begin. Oh yeah, first game with a new deck. Especially a spicy one like this. Oh my goodness, so excited. Well, we've got our colors. We've got a Charming Prince and a Growth Spiral. We're definitely going to want to use the Growth Spiral. We need one more ramp creature. And 2 more, yeah, we need 1 more ramp creature and 2 more lands. So, we'll hang on to this. Temple of Plenty. Scries to the top, nice. Here comes my incubation. Do we have a Paradise Druid? No, we don't. We have a Thassa. We have Thassa to go with Charming Prince and Elite Guard Mage. That ain't bad. And if you have this on the battlefield, your GYRUDA gets better, so we'll keep the Thassa. Green-white, Season of Growth. All right, let's see what this Aura deck is going to do. Ooh, do I Growth Spiral or Paradise Druid? I feel like I Growth Spiral. I'm just going to do it now. Not trying to hide some counter magic on our opponent. Because next turn what we can do is Paradise Druid and Charming Prince and scry for the land. And then we do the thing. Something that's going to come up, do we cast GYRUDA from the companion zone or from the hand? If you cast it from the hand, it can't get Thought Erasured or Agonizing Remorse. But our opponent isn't playing black. In this case, it probably doesn't matter, but remember, you also have a maximum hand size of 7. So, in theory, you might overdraw your hand and have to discard. So I would leave the card in the companion zone as long as possible. Although there's always things, you know, there's always stuff here and there. Like, well, maybe that doesn't apply because of this, and this card, and that card, and some other card, right? So just something to think about. I mean, our opponent's got a good start. They've got 2 advantage engines and a flyer. But the question now, will it matter? GYRUDA. Mill 4. Another GYRUDA. Spark Double. GYRUDA. Spark Double. GYRUDA. GYRUDA. This is unbelievable. Will I mill them out? We'll have to settle for Big Pig. Yeah. Oh my god. What happened? How's your turn 4? Oh my god. Oh my lord. All right, we got to play like one game and I'm like, we got to play ranked. That took one game to be like, that is straight busted. That is busted. I need to try it against competition. That's a lot of Scryland. Hopefully we can hit an untapped land. I'm a little nervous. If we hit an untapped land, though, we're in really good shape. Yes. The deck loves me. So far, we are in love. Pauldron Familiar. Let's go, buddy. Let's do this. Alright. Put that on the field. Dude, we're doing it. Do I want this next turn? I can play it with a Paradise Druid, but I don't want to, right? I mean, I don't know if I'm... Yeah, I don't think I just want to draw that. I think it's one of the weaker draws in the deck, although the draws don't really matter if we get to do the thing. Alright, black thing. Ooh, we could play this 4-5. But the Hexproof Paradise Druid and the Scryland almost assure us that we go off. I don't want to draw this. Alright, we'll put it on the bottom. Hopefully we find the Fabled Passage to shuffle again. Because I'd rather hit that. Wow, did I just say that out loud? Alright. Shock. GYRUDA from hand. Let's go. Spark double. Heck yes. And Thassa. Blink. We got a Dreadhorde Butcher over there, but I get one of these two? I mean, I'll take the Trawler, I guess. The opponent with the nicest and the good games already. Oh my lord. Yeah. Yeah, do something about that. Put a cat in an oven. See what happens. I feel like I'm playing something from Mono Black Magic in here. Like, but it actually is working quickly. Am I going to hit my lands with this hand? Is Charming Prince going to do it? I'll give it a try. We do get the Scry, and then we get another Scry too to try to make sure that we hit land drops and ramp spells. But this is the slowest hand I've kept with this deck yet. I mean, I need land, so we'll keep this one. And the next turn we'll Charming Prince, Scry 2. Okay, the slowest hand I've kept with this deck yet. And our opponent's playing the fastest deck in the format. Alright, another land and an Elite Guard Mage, but I can't really... I need the untapped land, so I think I put this on the bottom, draw this, and then I play the temple and I try to scry my way to an untapped land. Is that greedy? I think it's just what I have to do. I think if I'm not doing that against this mono red deck, I'm going to get killed. The other thing I could have done is left and drawn that land and then incubationed into it, and maybe that would have been better. I don't know. But the only thing we have to do this turn is the incubation, so yeah, I guess I should have drawn the land just in case. Let's grab the Paradise Druid. Let's scry. We need an untapped land now. Yeah, so to go back to that turn, to make sure I could keep hitting land drops, I should have kept the Temple of Plenty on top, drawn it, used Incubation to grab the Elite Guard Mage. And then I'd have another land in my hand right now, so I wouldn't be in danger of missing this. Meanwhile, the red deck is just fine. Everything's going according to plan. They might get to play their whole hand here. Because Spark, like, you know, light up the stage. It's a fair card. Everything about it is fine. And, alright, we missed the land drop. So that's game. Miss land drop, that's game. Alright, I'm gonna try to avoid keeping two landers. Two lander, no ramp. I think that's where the deck is failing. Maybe it should have more ramp spells. I think Incubation Druid and Leafkin Druid are bad cards, and so is the Dryad of the Elysian whatever, to me, because they die too easily, but maybe I'm supposed to keep those. Wow. Alright, ramp. Good. Keep 6. Put this away. I guess the deck might have a lot of functional 6-card hands. Alright, we're kicking off with a Serrated Scorpion, Luris the Dream Den. Do I want green? Yeah, I guess I want a Growth Spiral or Paradise Druid next turn, so probably Growth Spiral. And then the turn after that, we play Paradise Druid, Charming Prince, Scry for untapped land, go off. That's the plan. Our opponent hits a tapped land, play Cauldron Familiar. And it looks like they're on Serrated Sacrifice, which is where you use Serrated Scorpion. When it dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life in your Sacrifice deck. Alright, let's Growth Spiral. Get this tapped land. Look at our top card. Untapped land. I've got all that I need. We'll just go ahead and bottom it. I'm not sure what else we even want to draw, but I don't, you know, I guess I'd rather draw a non-shock land. Here's the Oven. Here's a Whisper Squad. 1 in a black, search your library for a card named Whisper Squad. Ooh. Spicy. Paradise Druid. The opponent could have claimed the Firstborn. Maybe I don't even play this Charming Prince. I have what I need. This is hexproof. As long as this lives through the turn, I will be fine. Absolutely fine. Save myself 2 life, and don't put a body on the field for claim the Firstborn to steal and use against me. Yay! It's the cat. It goes in the oven. Sacrifice the food. Return the cat. What a gamer. Epic gamer. Dread Horde Butcher. Look at the power. Look at the damage. Alright. Enough messing around. Time to show them what being a gamer is all about. Come on. Good hits, good hits, good hits. Nothing? I hit nothing. I could Croxa them. They're going to Croxa me. Oh god. I guess I'll take this Butcher. Oops. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling very oops about that. I can't believe this deck has a fail state. So we could attack here. The opponent might claim this, you know, and just kill me. Is that a reason to take Croxa instead? Claim the Firstborn? I guess they could be claiming this Paradise Druid. What's the difference? Either way, I'm taking too much damage now. Cat. That's not claim. They didn't claim the Firstborn. What is this? Alright, so we'll block here. We'll block here. I don't want to kill their Butcher and take more damage. I know they can shove it in the oven. That's just life. We could throw this into the graveyard. What's the play? I think I need to try to kill my opponent. I need to try to Spark Double into the Endrace Forerunners. We'll just poke face. Let's see if that turns out to be wrong. Revwar. Wixmati Wevwar. Discarding this card. Call of the Death Dweller. Return 2 creatures with a total CMC of 3 or less. And they get like a Death Touch counter and a Menace counter. People are interested in this card. Alright. Let's party. And let's keep the party. More party. Alright, looks like I get Elite Guard Mage to gain 3 life and try to stabilize. There's a Thassa. Alright. We'll play this. Exile this guy. Their graveyard is 16 with 34 cards in deck. I have 35 cards in deck. Play a tap land. 8 life. But they couldn't kill me last turn. They couldn't quite get there. But now I don't have a way to block this Butcher without killing it, so they get some extra damage that way. Let's try to gain more life. Hopefully we'll hit more good stuff here. That is a Thassa. That is an Amori. If we grab the Prince and gain 3 life, we're in good shape, but the opponent doesn't want to play anymore. Too much power and toughness. Okay, I said I wasn't going to keep 2 landers, but we're on the draw with a Spiral and a Prince. Ugh. I don't learn lessons very well. But I'm really starting to think, like, these Elite Guard Mages, some of the filler stuff, like, maybe it should just all be land. I haven't lost a game where I actually got to cast the GYRUDA as soon as possible. When you're in that situation, I think you just take out the spicy stuff and you just run land. I mean, you have this card is locked in. You get to cast this card every game. Whether or not the opponent has a counter for it remains to be seen. Right now our player is an adventure gamer. All right. A 2 life. We have 1 more land, so we need to draw land off the top. So we'll use Charming Princey here to scry. Oh, crap. Wish this one were in my hand. All right. Top deck, untap land, win game. Probably. Maybe. Shock yourself. Bone Crushing Giant. Yep. Hit me for 7. Untapped land off the top of the deck. Come on. Come on, baby. Nope. So now I can scry 2 and Growth Spiral. Or I could Growth Spiral first, and if I hit the land, I play the Elite Guard Mage. If I don't, I play the Prince. This is rough. I also, because I really want to play the Elite Guard Mage. But I guess I'll try this. Okay, Greed was good. The opponent has Brazen Borrower, I think. It might be another Bone Crush. If they bounce this, I fall to 2. Yep. Hold on to your butts. They have a Bone Crusher Giant, it's just over. They have Wishes. Do they have a Shock in their sideboard? Now's the time. They fetch Grafdigger's Cage, which says, creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Well, that is the tech, isn't it? I guess I have to try to gain life. I don't have a way to interact with this, I don't think, in the deck. So this puts 4 into the graveyard, and then put a creature with an even converted mana cost from among them onto the battlefield. And this says, I can't cast spells from libraries or graveyards, but cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Alright. So yeah, I'm pretty screwed by that one, aren't I? I'll just have to do this stuff. Don't need another land. Staying alive, staying alive. Our opponent is at 12. They've played all shock lands. If we get out of this turn, can we just Big Pig kill them? It's close. Depends what they do here. And what they attack with. And we need 2 life to be able to play this untapped. Right? It only has 1 toughness. If they play the Fae of Wishes, that has 4 toughness. That makes things a lot harder. Here comes the 5/5. No blocks. Ugh. And they do play the 1/4. Are they dead or are they alive? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So add the toughness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not good enough. But they do have to block a lot. But we would be at 1. And the problem with being at 1 here is they have 2 flyers. They wouldn't have to block with everything. They could block in such a way that one of those flyers gets through. But they do have to block with both, right? They have to block with the Fae of Wishes for sure. So I would still have a blocker. All right, not a coward stream. Not a coward stream. So the other option for the turn was to play Spark Double and Charming Prince, gain more life, draw more cards, drag the game out longer. I think that Grafdigger's Cage left us in this bad position. But the opponent blocked correctly. They went to 1. So now we are dead on the attack, and they had a Bone Crusher Giant anyway. Well, boo. Ramp, GYRUDA. Would be nice to be on the play, though. But not this time. Lost that coin flip. Oh yeah, all we have to do is draw a land. If we draw a land, we are doing it. Fetching a mountain off a passage. What are you? Red, white. Fires? Could be. Could be. Oh my. Too many Paradise Druids, not enough land. Teferi. Yep. It's a card. Land off the top, land off the top, land off the top. Wrong land, but if we hit another untapped land, we're GYRUDA, so let's do this. Our opponent gets their big turn first. They get the Fire's turn first. But they're not going to do it. Do they have a counter? They might have a counter. They could be Jeskai Control. I don't have a good way to play against counter magic other than I could play Thassa and Paradise Druid and double spell. I could attack down the Teferi. Should probably assume they have something, though. It's a difficult choice. Let's go for this. If they have the counter, we'll get the counter. Okay. Got Eternal Oketra. Alright. Doesn't have reach somehow. Somehow that massive arrow that shoots Gideon out of the sky doesn't have reach. People have complained about this. And yes, I agree. It's stupid. Alright. We're going to play this pre-combat because we might end up with an Endrace 4 runner chain. Spark double. Oh yeah. Boom. Yep, let's get him. Down to 2. If only we had the untapped land, then they would have blocked with God Eternal Oketra. Maybe I should have hit the other Spark Double and kept the chain going. Hard to say. The fairy is going to take out the Forerunners. Let's see if the opponent can get back in it. These turns are so just overpowering. When you look at like what Fires of Invention can do and what this deck can do, just the amount of explode onto the battlefield, cheat on mana and explode onto the battlefield on turn 4. That's this format. That's this format. The suicidal Shockland. Oof. That's a lot of tap lands and no ramp. I'm probably not supposed to keep it. Like, all right, no green. We'll have to draw it. Just put this away. Find green. Easy game. But you can see why I'm thinking I just need to make this an all-land deck. Like, if we curve, we win. Another Lurrus, and this time starting on a Knight of the Ebon Legion, so probably very aggressive. Here's Gutter Bones. Not quite a one-lander. Okay, we missed the land. That's game. That's game. We tried so hard. Got so far. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't even matter, you might say. Potato, potato. Hello. If I play the Paradise Druid, they're still going to attack with both. I think I'm better off trying to hit the green off this to hit the Paradise Druid. Oh, it's green, but it's the wrong green. Tapped. So I also have too many tap lands. That's the other thing I've learned a lot doing this. Too many tap lands. They've cost me too often. The scries aren't what I need. The only thing I'm scrying for is more land. The scries don't matter. Oven. Alright, so this is right now 2 direct damage. Let's play... We could play multiple Paradise Druids for the blocks. And play the land. We could play the Guard Mage. That's 3 life and a chump. Probably on the Ebon. Then this does 1, 2. And then it sacks for 3. And then this is 7, so I'd be at 1. So if they could find 1 damage, I lose. I'm better off with the Paradise Druids, I think. All right, this for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I die. So I have to block this, I think. And then I take 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yep, they've got critters. And that's not an untapped land. On the play? Say it ain't so. Let's see what happens. And the mana's like decent. 1 Shockland, 1 basic. 1 Scryland. Oh, yeah. What they call in the business a snap keep. I also notice, like I've said a little bit, or keep alluding to, all I do is scry for lands too, because I don't want to draw my 6-drops, because I have my 6-drop. So I'm constantly just trying to keep from drawing these cards. Lucky Clover. Will we get Vengeance against Adventure? So here... I think I just spark double this Paradise Druid, and if the opponent doesn't kill this Paradise Druid, I get GYRUDA next turn. So we're going to threaten a next turn GYRUDA unless they have removal, and they haven't shown us red mana yet. It also just makes them play defensively. You can see, it's like going through their head, like, what do they do? They haven't hardly done anything, and they're going to play a Thassa's Oracle to check their top 2 cards. Like, they just started the game. They played turn 2 Clover. They've got nothing on the board, and it's like, do I bounce a Paradise Druid here? I mean, if you even had that option. And then this happened. Oh my god, we whiffed! We whiffed, gamers! I didn't know that was possible. 3 growth spirals between the 2 decks. So let's see what the opponent can do now that we didn't hit what we needed. Ouch. Feels so bad. Alright, Rosethorn. That makes 2 mana. So this is probably the Song of Creation Adventure deck. They made red. So do they play a Song of Creation here? Yes, they do. Now, every time they play a spell, they get to draw 2 cards. And they have to discard their hand. So they discard an Uro. Yippee skippy. So we can play second Gyruda, or we can Charming Princess Gyruda and play a Guard Mage. Or we can play a new Mori the Collector. Let's scry. What's on top of the deck? Perfect. So that's something we want to hit. I think we do it by playing this Gyruda, because if we use the Charming Prince here to hit it, then it doesn't happen till end step and we miss the trigger anyway. Let's keep the one without Summoning Sickness. Here's Thassa. Here's an attack. So yeah, we are seeing the version of the deck that doesn't go off immediately. And maybe we needed it, because this Song of Creation deck might go insane. There is a chance this Song of Creation deck goes literal insane, and I am helping fill their graveyard, so epic. Spark Double. Spark Double. Charming Prince. Exile Guy thingy, Spark Double thingy. Probably should have exiled the real Gyruda, but I don't think there's a board wipe here. All right, opponent. Can you do it? Can you do the combo? You have 28 cards in your deck, a Song of Creation, and a Lucky Clover on the battlefield. If you draw an Underworld Breach or a Merfolk Secret Keeper or something like that, I am wrecked. I am probably dead. This is another deck we're going to have to do, by the way. But I'm very happy to let people work out how best to do it, because there's a lot still being worked out in Song of Creation. I kill myself with this card more than I've killed my opponents. I just on Twitter and in my YouTube discussion thread, I posted a link to a video where the very first thing that happens in it, it's a compilation of streamers from launch day, and the very first thing in it is me killing myself with a Thassa's Oracle, so hype, I guess. Alright, it doesn't look like they're going to do it this turn. So, what are we copying? Gyruda. What are we getting back? Gyruda. This is all on the opponent's end step here. Charming Prince. Exile. Gyruda. We're going to try to throw it back to them with an empty library or an incredibly lethal attack. One of the two. Alright, another Prince. Exile. Gyruda. We're not going to attack. We're going to mill him. I know my role. I know my role. Let's just keep all this mana open for no particular reason. Alright. Target a creature I control with Thassa. Gyruda. Wait, that was the Spark Double. Crap. Oops. I needed to stack the triggers differently. Let's see if it comes down to that. Now there's no Gyruda on the field, so I'm not copying any Gyrudas. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and I whiff? No! No, not like this, chat. Not like this. Not like this. So, okay. for constructiveness, next time, what I have to do is make sure I turn off auto stacking of triggers, and I need to make sure that I put the GYRUDA trigger, like the one that returns the actual GYRUDA to the battlefield first. That needs to be the first thing that happens. The Charming Prince trigger that returns the real GYRUDA has to be the first thing that resolves in the end step. And then all of this could be avoided. All of this could be avoided. They've only got 7 cards. Are any of them the cards they need, or did we mill out what they need? There's 3 Breaches and 2 Thassa's Oracles in the graveyard. Is there still something in the deck? Is there anything left for them? RNG might win us this game, or it might lose us this game. But I certainly punted the hell out of that turn. I talked about this on Twitch the other day. The best way to learn, the way that I learn my lessons now, is by having a few thousand people see me mess up and call me all kinds of names. So let me have it, comments. Let me have it. Let me have it. Oh no, they're milling me? They're milling me. And these GYRUDAs are gonna come back. Oh no! I'm gonna get milled by my own GYRUDAs? Well, I guess I'm not copying this. I'm not gonna copy GYRUDA then. Still got 8 cards left. Our opponent has 3, so they can only play 1 more spell, and if they play a spell after that, they die. Epic game. Epic gamer moments. Here on the CGB channel, brought to you by Tragic Misplays. And it's a scoop. They should have at least let the triggers resolve to see if I'd mess up, but I wouldn't copy GYRUDA. I would copy something else. Okay. We have ramp, GYRUDA. So we're doing it. We're definitely doing it. Oh yeah. Although maybe I should have scryed for land since I have Umori. I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, I should have gone for land. Paradise Druid won't do. Because I'm going to go Umori, and then what I need is 1 more land for the GYRUDA, so another Paradise Druid doesn't help. Well, actually that's going to work out, because we're not going to do Umori, and we would have drawn it anyway. We're going to do double Paradise Druid. Charming Prince, huh? Temple of Triumph, Plains, Charming Prince. What is our opponent up to? Jeskai. Maybe they're Fires, maybe they're Winota. So Winota, that is a deck you will see out of me very soon. I think it is the wrongest thing I did in my crafting guide. I think Winota is potentially super busted. So, anyway, that's a deck that you'll probably see soon, and it looks like that's what the opponent is playing, but it's not my version. So, Spark Double, GYRUDA. There's a Winota. I could take their Winota. But it only hits humans, which I have Elite Guard Mage and Charming Prince, which is pretty fun. But I think I'm better off doing my own thing. Let's grab the Thassa. Muthassa. Blinkies. And we whiffed on both sides. Of course we whiffed. All right, let's see if our opponent can do the thing. They have 2 non-humans in these Raise the Alarms, but nope, they scoop. They must not have had the combo themselves. Raise the Alarm makes soldiers. Hot tip. Well, ramp. Keeps. I'd love to loot this away for another card somehow. And I know that mulliganing is kind of like that, but I still don't think it's worth mulliganing the hand. The 3rd Thassa, let's not go there. Mono red. Yeah, baby. Anybody who plays Mountain, I already know who you are. Paradise Druid. Runaway Steams, yep. Good stuff. No blocks. So we can shock out this Thassa. Yep, I think that's the play. Next turn we can tap the Steamkin or some attacker to reduce the amount of damage we take, and then GYRUDA the next turn. Potentially. We still have to draw another untapped land, or we might have to tap our Paradise Druid for that, which is very bad. What a gamer. What a legend. Down to 10. Growth Spiral. That will get us the land drop. But then we don't get to use the Thassa. Let's do it like this. Okay, another Paradise Druid that we can block with. That's good. We're not going to beat an Embercleave. But when have we ever beaten an Embercleave anyway, right? Alright, we know we have an untapped land, so we can block with both of our Druids if we need to. We'll just be here while they spunk their hand. If they don't actually have the Embercleave, we might be fine. Okay, they don't. We'll see what happens. It's going to get interesting. We could hang on to this and try to win with... If we take all this damage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... If we get a combination that leads us into the Endraze Forerunner game, we might just win. Because we might be able to copy GYRUDA a few times, which turns on Thassa. It's an interesting question. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it, gamers. Call me a crazy. GYRUDA. You're cracking. Alright, that turns Thassa on. Endraze Forerunners, is that lethal? View the battlefield. These won't be able to attack. They don't have haste. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 6 is 14, 15, 16, plus 7. 23. 3 toughness. The opponent would have to block with everything, but they'd live. Alright, greed. Let's go deeper. I hear Dream Trawler's okay. But we're not quite winning the game. I could have a Torbran. Let's grab this Elite Guard Mage, gain some life. Your go. Which is probably an emote I should use, because it seems contextually amazing. Okay. Okay, back for the talk, because I've been eager to do this, because within a few games it became kind of apparent what the deck needed and what it's missing. This is fun. It's fast. The games are determined, usually around turn 4 or 5. And yeah, this is a ladder deck if ever I've seen one. It's very much a one-note thing that the opponent has to have the right way of interacting with it, or they're just dead. They're just dead. It's amazing. And the biggest way that the deck loses is to itself. So this is a case where, kind of like the trend in Magic, we just want more land and the right land, so that we hit the right land. Every game, we need to hit the right land, we need to ramp, and we need to play this card on the curve, and that's really all there is to it. So in refining the deck, the main thing I want to do is I want to take out some of the tap lands, because hitting a tap land at the wrong time is lethal. That just kills you. And I want to take out the cards that aren't that important to the combo and just get more land in the deck, the cards I didn't really even want to draw. I mean, I like the Dream Trawler, but did I ever need the Dream Trawler? I never needed the Dream Trawler. So at the very least, I'm going to trim it and see if I miss it. We're going to cut out more of these tap lands, and I think the answer to that is some Fabled Passage. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I wonder if we can scale them down even more. I definitely want more Passage. I think getting 4 lands isn't going to be too hard, but as long as you don't draw 2 Fabled Passage, it's a really good hit. So I think more basics and less Scrylands in general. What are we looking at? 58 cards. And we'll just get like another forest in here. 6 basics should be enough. Also, I keep on scrying my big creatures to the bottom and my spark doubles to the bottom. Having a way to shuffle those back into the deck to make them more potential hits is a lot better than having them sit on the bottom of the library, since getting critical hits for this is a big part of the game. So how many land is that? 26, yeah, and we have an extra space in the deck. We're also going to cut this. This wasn't useful. I'd consider trimming a guard mage too, since I'd always rather have a ramp card. So let's get another forest, and I think another Omori the Collector might be called for. That or a 2-mana ramp card, which cards like Incubation Druid I don't like to run. They're just so weak. But maybe this is the place. Leafkin Druid is a bit stronger, but doesn't help with fixing mana. Illusion Caryatid, I think it's called, is not a card I want to play. And I can't play 3-cost ramp cards. So this might be the best one. It helps with mana fix. It's something you can sink mana into, although I don't think that's very important. Wolfwillow Haven's another one, but it does, like Leafkin Druid, it doesn't fix our mana. I think maybe it's you. What did we go to? 27 land, I think. Yep. And we could probably try 28, to be honest. Like, how many times? So I think what I'm going to do for this video is I think I'm going to leave in all of the games. Because usually there's a number there where I missed a land drop and I lost because of it. And I would cut those games normally. Today, I think I'm going to keep them because I think it helps wrap up here at the end how important hitting your land drops is and what's really important about this deck, what this deck really does. Fipplethib is also a pretty funny idea because if you hit it off a GYRUDA, you draw 2. But that, I don't like that, to be honest. Neoform's an interesting idea, but it does just, yeah, I think all you want to do is ramp and GYRUDA. Any game where I was able to hit all my land drops and I GYRUDA, I think I won that game pretty easily. Play or draw. So, all right, this is where I'm going to leave the deck for now. It definitely could use more fine tuning, so take it out there, play with it, see what happens. Let me know what changes you make. Remember to keep the companion cost in mind. And yes, I think this is very real. And I think this might be a 4 of on the next crafting guide because, yeah, it is this deck. This deck isn't a deck without this card. All right. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video or on Twitch, where I stream Monday through Thursday from 4 to 6 Eastern Time if you want to stop by. And I try to answer questions while I'm there. So if you have questions, come on out. Let's talk about it. See you tomorrow.